day everyone, ako po si Jerry De Los Santos.
At ako naman po si Danica Moore M. Domingo. For our regular watchers and listeners, it's good to have you back with us. And for our new watchers and listeners, welcome.
Dito aming tinatalakay ang mga importanteng issue patungkol sa governance and development. Atin ding mapag-uusapan ang ilan sa mga teorya at ilan ding mga resulta ng aming mga ginagawang research.
But we are straying a little bit from what we have been used to as we are about to celebrate the 25th founding anniversary of the College of Public Affairs and Development. So sit back and come with us as we start honoring our past and celebrating our present. And of course, be with us as we pave our way for our future. At ito ang Patok, Usapang Public Affairs at Development.
For this episode, we are joined by none other than the Dean of CPAf in its 15th year. So that would be in 2013. Danica, do you remember any milestone of yours that happened that year?
Yes, of course, Miss Jerry. As you may know, I will never forget this year as this was the year when I graduated from college and joined CPAf. I started working for CPAf in 2013 actually. So I was still new then, but I already knew that under the deanship of our guest, our college was able to reach a couple of milestones.
Yes, Danica, that is right. Our honored guest did not only hold an important administrative position in our college, but she has also been passionate with both instruction and research, being bestowed upon her various accolades for being a faculty researcher.
So without further ado, let me introduce our guest, Dr. Josefina T. Dizon, who we fondly call as Ma'am Jopay.
Yeah.
Good day, ma'am. It's nice to see you, even if it's just online po.
Okay, good morning, Danica, and good morning, Jerry.
Hello po, ma'am.
Hello.
So, ma'am, let us start po this series po for with our very first question. So,
Sure.
how would you describe, ma'am, CPAf when you started your deanship po?
Okay. I started my deanship in 2013. So that was from 2013 to 2016. And it was after the second term of Dr. Agnes C. Rolla. And of course, if we try to recall the history of CPAF, it was during the second term of Ma'am Agnes that we tried to change change our structure into the one faculty, one college structure. So therefore, I would like to say that during my term, because I served for only one term, we were trying to operationalize our new structure. And so I felt that, we were swimming through the new structure when I started my term as Dean of CPAf in 2013.
So I think, ma'am, you filled in a very big pair of shoes at that time, given that we underwent restructuring at nung naging dean ka. Can you share some of your plans and visions when you became the Dean of CPAf in 2013?
Yes, of course. I tried to recall my presentation during the presentation of nominees. I tried to recall what was the vision and what were the plans I expressed during that presentation. But basically, I did not come up with a new vision for the college because, as I said, we just had our new structure, and during the reorganization, we were able to come up with our new vision, or actually I think it was the first time that we had the vision for the college. So I did not propose a new vision for the college, but I believe that it was very appropriate that we continue on living out the vision that was set forth during the reorganization of CPAF. But in my presentation, I said that during my term, I would like to pursue this goal towards a world-class CPAF, one goal, one destiny, and one college. So yun yung sinabi ko during my presentation. And during the presentation also, I tried to express my plans in terms of at least five aspects. The first one is CPAF as a graduate college, and then CPAF as a research college, and then CPAF as a public service college, and of course the supporting administrative functions of administrative efficiency and infrastructure improvement. Those were the plans. If you want to know some of the details, like for the college as a graduate, or CPAF as a graduate college, I told them during my presentation that we would pursue vigorous recruitment of local and international students to CPAF's academic programs. We said that we should continue on increasing the number of our students. And then, of course, I also enumerated or included in the plan the review of curricular programs of CPAF, particularly the MS and PhD in community development, agricultural education, and extension education, because during that time, there was this proposal to phase out the MS and PhD in AgEd and to leave the two programs, the CD and extension. So I thought it was an opportune time to review these three programs in order to support or not to support the proposed phase out of the AgEd program. And then also included in the plans was the revision of the MPAF program, particularly incorporating the results of the review of the MPAF program, because earlier there was a review of the program, and I thought then it was also an opportune time to integrate the results of the review of the MPAF program. And one of the results of the review of the MPAF program is the proposal to have a new stream for the MPAF, particularly the agrarian what's the agrarian studies, agrarian reform and rural development studies, something like that. So we wanted to beef up that stream, and there was a proposal then to have the land administration and management as a stream of the MPAF program. And then, of course, part of the plan also is to continue on with the faculty program so that our faculty can pursue their MS and their PhD programs, of course, according to the core staffing pattern that we had. And lastly is of course, we also had the newly approved PhD in development studies. So part of my plan also then was to implement that newly approved program. And lastly is to pursue CPAF's membership in the NASPA. NASPA is the National Association of Schools in Public Affairs and Administration, which is basically based in the US. So that's for the graduate CPAF as a graduate college, no? Then for the CPAF as a research college, of course, included also in the plan was to continue on conducting research along the CPAF's research streams, which of course we know these are the innovation and strategies for community development, science and technology policy, institutions, governance, delivery services, and social development. Okay. And then, of course, it was also mentioned that we should continue on collaborating with local and international organizations so that we can generate the much needed fund for our research. And then also we said that we should pursue publishing ISI in ISI journals. And in fact, I think I said that each faculty should publish at least two ISI journal articles per year. Okay. And then of course I wanted to continue on with the we call it the Students Faculty Reps Research Conference, which was of course started during that term of Ma'am Agnes Rolla. And then, of course, during that time also, there was a dwindling number of our reps because of retirement. And so I said that we should maintain, if not, if we are not able to increase the number of reps, at least maintain the existing number of our RDE personnel. Yon. And for the public service, CPAf as a public service college, I included the plan that we should serve our current and future clients and partners through off-campus curricular offerings. Because during that time, we started out with our off-campus offering. And the first was the DVST in UP Min, no? UP Mindanao. So it was, I think, a very successful program such that in the later years there were a number of institutions who were asking for the same program in their campuses, like for example it's not campuses pala, but government organizations like the DILG, the DAR, the DA, the DNR, and the DepEd. Okay, so those were some of the programs to operationalize CPAF being a service college. And of course, we also wanted to strengthen our town and gown program, particularly with communities inside and around the Makiling Forest Reserve, the Gawad Kalinga community, and the Bayan ni Human, of course, we know, which is a resettled community in Calawag. And then for the administrative efficiency, of course, we, as a college with the new structure, we have to come up with our manual of operations, which of course started already during the time of Ma'am Agnes. So we wanted to finalize the manual of operations by harmonizing internal policies with the university policies. Okay. And for the infrastructure, of course, we had plans to improve our existing classrooms, our library facilities, our KMO office, and our multipurpose hall. And of course, there was a plan for a building expansion. So the infrastructure which we had just finished actually started during during my term. I think we did the groundworking for all this, and of course we know that it really takes time, no? But at least natapos din yung mga plano.
Right.
So
And nagagamit na
as
po ngayon
oo
yung mga
nga.
facilities.
Pero lahat
Opo.
yun nag-umpisa sa pagpaplano during my time as dean.
Opo.
Yan.
Opo, ma'am. So, ang dami niyo po palang plans po during your deanship, no? And
Yeah,
nabanggit
but
niyo po kanina,
oo.
opo, since in the field of research, dwindling po yung number of researches po sa CPAF because of retirement, I would just like to
Mm-mm.
share, ma'am, na during your time, I first started working
So you
po
were
at
one of the
CPAF.
new recruits.
Yes, ma'am. I was one of the new recruits
Uh-uh.
during po your time.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
So, since ma'am you had a lot of plans towards achieving po this vision that you have created for the college, what were the challenges, ma'am, that you encountered po during your term?
Yeah. So as I said, it was a new structure, no, for CPAF.
Yes po.
And at UPLB, there is no model that we can, at least pattern. So we really had to come up with our new policies, of course, which should be in alignment with university policies and with the processes of this setup of the one college, one faculty. So yun, medyo it was a really a challenge kasi nga ba wala namang ganung structure at UPLB. We were the first one to have that kind of structure. And so there was also implication on the budget because before, if you were able to read through the history of CPAF, there were 5 institutes before, diba?
Yes
And
po.
each of these 5 institutes had their own director, had their own admin staff, and had their own budget. Diba? So when the academic programs were taken out of the different 5 institutes and they were put together in one institute, of course, there was an implication on the budget, as well, of course, on the assignment of the admin staff, because the IGRD had to cater to all programs of the college, whereas in the old setup, like for example, the admin staff of the then Institute of Community Education had to support only for the programs of ICE. But with the reorganization, the admin staff had to support all the academic programs of the college. So it was challenging for our admin staff and as well as for our budget. No,
Right. So I
so I think those are that.
Yes. And I think some of those challenges are still being experienced by our current structure. Nonetheless,
Current.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
nonetheless, there are some
Yeah.
workarounds that were being done. But despite that, ma'am,
Mm-hmm.
there were challenges in your,
Mm-hmm.
you had so much plans. And of course, this was many
Mm-hmm.
challenges. But what do you think were the accomplishments of the college at the time that you were the dean, in terms of the three areas: instruction,
Mm-hmm. Instruction.
research, and
Mm-hmm.
public research? Maybe you could also tell us some personal accomplishments during your deanship.
Mm-hmm. Well, in terms of teaching or the academic function, I'm proud that we were able to maintain the number of graduate students. We were, as well as per GS, no, we were one of the top colleges na maltaas talaga yung enrollment as far
Right.
as graduate students are concerned. So, and of course, the implication of that is that, we were able to generate the GTFI, the graduate tuition fee increase, and the GEDF, and or the Graduate Education Development Fund, which of course these funds are very important in supporting our academic programs. And because that budget from the general fund is very limited, so with the number of students that we were able to generate so much funds to address the needs of our college, particularly the needs of our students. So that time, I think we were included in the top 5, no, top 5 ranking colleges in UPLB in terms of graduate enrollment. And then, of course, CPAF continued to improve its academic programs by streamlining its existing programs, by aligning it with the outcome-based education. No, so we had to review all our course outlines, and then have to make them more outcome-based. No, outcome-based. And then for the period 2013 to 2041, 2013 to 2015, I'm sorry, there were 41 research activities which were completed by the college. And these activities or the research projects were worth 77 million, almost almost 77,700,000 in worth of project funds. And then during that time also 17 projects worth about 57 million were being implemented until 26. So I 2016. So I believe in terms of research, we had a good contribution. The college had a good contribution to the university. In terms of publications, we were able to publish 10 chapters in a book, 4 handbooks, and then 54 referee journals, 13 of which were ISI and Scopus Index, because these outputs are very important, especially so that, you know, we were trying to measure all outputs in terms of publication for the PBB, for the PBB. And then our faculty and our reps reaped 41 awards from 2013 to 2016. Well, there were also a lot of improvement in terms of infrastructure, like the retiling of the IGRD and CSPPS offices and the GSA room, and then the installation of the wood lattice partitions at the dean's office, the one that you see now, the wood lattices there, they were installed during that time. And of course, the soundproofing of the classrooms, particularly rooms 203, 205, and also we provided each of the rooms, what do you call this, new tables, chairs, and air conditioning units. Okay, and the KMO office was also renovated. Yun, so happy that in terms of infrastructure there were many, and of course they were all supported by our university. And we were also able to purchase major equipment such as computers and peripherals, then audiovisual equipment, and other equipments needed for the different classroom. And we also started the conversion of the second floor open area, the one that we have now as the multipurpose hall. It was started during that time. We made the groundwork, making out the plans, etc. So I'm really very happy that now I can see that it's there already. And then, of course, we did not forget to continue on establishing our networks and linkages with national and international organizations. And also, this may not be a very, what we call that, a very impressive accomplishment, but I feel it is very important as far as human resources is concerned. Like, for example, we were able to work out together with our AO Weng Noche, to grant an honorarium for the assistant to the dean position. Kasi before that, walang honorarium yung assistant to the dean position. So we tried to research yung mga university policies, and then we looked for examples, and then we saw that sa VetMed, meron silang assistant to the dean, may honorarium. Why can't we have it at CPAf? So yun, gina-roundwork namin yun ni Tita Weng. And so yun. So meron na ngayong honorarium assistant to the dean. Dati gratis lang. Or I think that time the strategy was to appoint them as PDA and then give some honorarium. But I think what we have now is the best option. So they have their honorarium. The assistant to the dean has the honorarium. So I think those were the major, the accomplishments that I can enumerate to you. So
Yes,
parang
ma'am.
during my
Those
time,
accomplishments were really a lot po, no? In 3 years.
parang
Not
naisip ko
only
lahat,
in... Opo.
lahat ng pagpaplano doon nangyari. Tapos ngayon nakita na natin yung bunga ng mga
Opo,
pagpaplano
ganun
niya.
naman po, ma'am, talaga usually
Mm-mm.
po sa government. You have to plan
Mm-mm.
years ahead
Yeah.
before po makita po yung actual output. And you had
Oo.
a lot of accomplishments po in instruction, research, public service, and even infrastructure, ma'am, it was the facilities that we are enjoying now
Mhm.
actually started po being planned way back in your time. But among these, ma'am, among these significant accomplishments during your time as the dean, alin po yung pinaka-memorable po sa inyo, and ano po siguro yung pinakamalapit po sa inyong puso?
Hirap ng tanong. But to me, my whole stint as dean for the 3 years, lahat yon, lahat ng activities na yon ay to me are very important. Kasi, bakit nga ba? Well, first, because I saw, ay napapayak na ako. Because I saw how God helped me go through the task of being the dean despite the personal situation I was going through that time. So, yon, ayoko na sabihin, but personally, I have my struggle, my family struggle. But I said, dahil inumpisahan ko ito, I mean, I accepted the nomination, kailangan kong tapusin ito. So lahat, I mean, all those achievements to me are very important kasi na-accomplish sila through a very difficult situation on my part. Kumbaga, talagang ibinigay ko yung lahat, binigay ko
Yes.
yung lahat despite my personal circumstance during that time. So to me, they are all important.
I'm trying to remember, ma'am, all the things that happened. Kasi at the time, I'm already a research assistant under Dr. Linda Peñalba. So I was
Uh-huh.
present noong first year mo ng deanship in
Mhm.
2013. And
2013.
I saw the struggle, I saw the
Mm.
challenges, but despite of all of that, no, kinikwento mo kanina, ma'am, you've
Mm.
had a lot of accomplishments actually, that when I was actually reading through some of the documents that we had, ang dami pala nangyari within those 3 years that I
Mm.
didn't
Opo, 'di
really
ba? I actually didn't know since ako nga po bagong graduate during that time.
yes.
So,
Maybe
I was
because
still
as a researcher, you're just living
opo,
in
yes.
within your project.
Mm.
And then RA pa po ako doon, 'di ba? So, I'm not that immersed po in the activities
Oo.
of CPAf. Yes po, ma'am.
Mm.
But it was actually very memorable for me since tandang-tanda ko po, ma'am, na kayo po yung dean po na nag-start po ako.
Mm.
And during that time, I actually already know about CPAF when I was
Mm.
still a student, an undergraduate student, but I didn't know where the college was located. So actually, 2013 po ako nag-start. 2013 ko lang din po nalaman kung nasaan sa
Si
UPLB
Pap.
ang
Ah,
CPAF. Although
mm.
kilala ko po
Mm.
yung college, I didn't know kung nasaan po ba, kung nasa may graduate school po ba, or
Mm.
we're in the lower campus is CPAF. So apparently, it's in the upper
Mm.
campus. But ayun, 2013 was a really good year po. And a
Mhm.
very memorable year for me.
It was
And
the whole 3 years were also very memorable to me as
yes, ma'am.
dean.
And of course po, I really thank si PAF since it played a big part in making my 2013 memorable.
Yeah.
Yes. Sa tingin ko, ma'am, no, as the restructuring rolled out, you had your plans, you had your accomplishments, you also had the challenges with you. What
Mm.
is or are the greatest lessons that you have learned being the dean of CPAF, being at the helm of leadership in CPAF at the time when parang feeling natin it's a shifting sand
Mhm.
when you took over the leadership?
Mhm. Um, I I I realized during those 3 years that, being a dean, you have to be a servant leader. 'Di ba? Alam naman natin the meaning of a servant leader. You cannot just leave everything to your constituents, to your faculty, to your reps. You have to be a good example. You have to lead them, you have to guide them. And the important lesson that I got is that, if if you work as a servant leader and people appreciate you if you lead with a heart, yung bang you have the heart for people. Kasi to me, ito sinasabi ko to sa aking mga students, to me, ang tao ang pinaka-importante, especially, I'm with community development. Ang tao ang pinaka-importante sa isang organization, di ba?
Right.
Kasi you may have the structures, you may have the budget, you may have, the policies. Kung wala ka namang tao, people are not happy. Wala lahat yon. Those things are useless. So, parang sa akin, importante, my lesson there is really have to have a heart for the people. Yun yung aking lesson na nakuha being the dean for 3 years. Yeah.
Parang ano no, napaka-heartfelt naman nung lesson na nakuha nyo with the 3-year term that you had with CPAf.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And from our college, since we are all about public affairs and of course
Yeah.
development, you really have to have the heart
For
Mhm.
people.
serve for
For
the people.
Mhm.
Yes, ma'am, I agree with that wholeheartedly. So now, ma'am, since we are about to celebrate our 25th year anniversary, how do you see our college 10 years from now?
Well, of course, my vision of the college in the next 10 years is very bright, no? Because we are really trying our best to during the when we did the when we did the reorganization, we said that we will make CPAf as the students' choice for governance, as the college of choice for governance and development. Gusto natin pag sinabing governance and development, unang papasok sa isip ng mga students is the College of Public Affairs and Development. So yun yung nakikita ko na we will be able to achieve that dream. And of course, we are trying our best to achieve that because we are now in the process of improve or revising or accrediting our programs. And I hope within the next 5 to 10 years, all our programs will be accredited by the AUNQA. And even our long time desire or dream to have our MPAF program accredited by the NASPA, I hope that this will be realized in the next 10 years. And also we have expressed this, that we wanted the college to be a center of excellence in governance and development, if not in UPLB, not only in UPLB but in the ASEAN region. So yun yung parang nakikita kong pupuntahan natin in the next 10 years for SIPA.
I think nandun na tayo, no? I mean, ma'am, I think we're getting there.
Yeah.
Yes.
ASEAN
Mm-mm.
region. And I remember some of your students and advisees na coming from Lao PDR, from Cambodia, no? So we're getting there. Ma'am, since this is a special episode for our 25th anniversary, the silver celebration of CPAf, please share a message to us. What would your message be for CPAf in its 25th anniversary?
First, I'd like to congratulate in advance our college. Ilang years na ba? Ilang years na nga ba tayo?
25 years, ma'am.
25. Silver, no? Silver. And we have gone a long way. We have gone a long way. And of course, what we have now, we owe to our previous administrators, starting it out with Dean Cabanilla, diba? Dean Mancebo, Dean Belio, Dean Agnes, and then Dean Gigi, diba? And then so what I would like to wish CPAF is that we continue on as one college, and then let us gel in terms of, our future desire to be a center of excellence in governance and development. And I'm pretty sure we can achieve this because we have the human resources. We have bright people in the college. We have bright faculty members. We have bright reps, and of course, we have also bright administrative staff. So we have all the ingredients to realize our vision of being the college in terms of governance and development. So I just hope that we will continue on supporting the current administration and our future administration. So as one family, yun yung word CPAf as a family. So we know we know what is the meaning of family, 'di ba? Nagsusuportahan, 'di ba? And kung may pangangailangan, nagtutulungan. So that's it. Let us live the CPAF as a family. So yun yung aking message.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for being with us today. Napaiyak po ata namin kayo and
Oo nga.
Take
we
na rin po.
apologize for that. But thank you very much, ma'am, for all the information and for all the lessons that you have imparted to us. And we are very thankful that you're with us today as we honor our past, celebrate our future, celebrate
Yeah.
our present to pave the way for
Mhm.
our future.
Yes.
You can always count on me.
Oh,
If
yes.
parang sabi, one text away lang ako and I'll be there.
Yes, thank you, Ma'am Zopay. Alam niyo po, we have learned so much from you in this interview. And tama po ba, you are still an affiliate faculty professor or
Not affiliate, but
but
adjunct.
adjunct yun?
Adjunct
And
professor until December. But Dr. Ebeli said it will be renewed for another year.
okay, so you will still be with
Yes, of
the
course.
as
Yeah,
our
yeah.
adjunct professor. But ma'am, we wish you well in all your endeavors, especially
Thank
alam
you.
ko medyo mukhang siguro na-enjoy mo na din ang iyong retirement years.
Yes, I enjoy my gardening.
Yeah. Alright, maraming salamat, Ma'am Zopay.
Thank you very much,
Okay.
ma'am.
You're welcome.